Welcome again to the Old Principle. Well, here we come to another English lesson from the Lao Xiaozhang. Today's lesson is number 50. Information, please. 请给我信息. Okay, and so you've already heard the first two. One more time. Okay, Mrs. Ash, are you there?
Yes.
Good, good. You're there. Good. So are you ready to tell the story? Hey, you know what?
What?
This is kind of a sad ending. Is this a sad ending? Do you want me to wipe the tears out of your eyes? No. Okay. Are you ready to go?
I am.
Go.
Okay. We continue to tell the story about the little boy who discovered that an old-fashioned telephone in their home was very helpful. By picking up the phone and asking information, please, a very kind lady's voice would listen to his needs and solve his problems. While passing through Seattle, Washington, a decade later, he tried calling the operator in his old hometown. The little boy, now a college student, relates more of the story. I asked, "Information, please?" Miraculously, I heard the small, clear voice I knew so well. Information? I hadn't planned this, but I heard myself saying, "Could you please tell me how to spell fix?" A question that he had asked many years ago. There was a long pause, then came the soft-spoken answer. "I guess your finger must have healed by now." I laughed. "Well, so it's really still you." I said, "I wonder if you have any idea how much you meant to me during that time?" "I wonder," she said, "if you know how much your calls meant to me. I never had any children, and I used to look forward to your calls." I told her how often I had thought of her over the years, and I asked if I could call her again when I came back to visit my sister. "Please do," she said. "Just ask for Sally." 3 months later, I was back in Seattle. A different voice answered, "Information." I asked for Sally. "Are you a friend?" she asked. "Yes, a very old friend," I answered. "I'm sorry to have to tell you this," she said. "Sally had been working part-time the last few years because she was sick. She died 5 weeks ago." Before I could hang up, she said, "Wait a minute. Did you say your name was Paul?" "Yes." "Sally told me to tell you not to worry. Everything would be okay."
Good. Thank you so much. And now we are ready to start again. Kind of a sad ending to the story.
Yes.
But I think there's some very interesting things in today's lesson.
Yes.
And maybe a few things that you and me could learn. Okay, with that, I better get going.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, number 50, information please. And this is a continuation. Well, maybe it says that. Okay, let's go on here. By the way, imagine I put that picture up there again. I want to show them again. This is what operator 接线生 looked like 100 years ago. Well, not maybe 100 years. Yeah, maybe at least 30, 40 years, 30 or 40. When I was young, about 60 or 70 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, very, very interesting. Okay, so here we go. We continue to tell the story about a little boy who discovered that the old-fashioned phone, what is an old-fashioned phone? An old-fashioned phone is 老旧新的一个电话. Okay, now, old-fashioned means that it comes from a long time ago. Okay, long time ago. Okay, so that's the reason why it's called old-fashioned. Okay, tell the story about a little boy who discovered the old-fashioned phone in their home was very helpful. Okay, in this case, was very helpful, 很有用，很会帮助他. So you say, actually it was a box like this, and we got this telephone here. Okay, here, we got this telephone. The last time we used the telephone, ta-da. Okay, now remember, the old-fashioned telephone was a box. And so nowadays the 话筒, okay, 话筒 is very modern, very nice. They all look about the same. But in those days, there was a box, okay? And then you had this black thing that stuck out, and so you speak into it. And then on the side, you pick this thing up and say, hello, is anybody in there? Okay, so with that, we move on here. We continue to tell the story about this little boy who discovered there was somebody in the phone. Who was in the phone? Continuing. Let's continue. By picking up the phone, picking up this handle, okay, and asking, information please, a very kind lady's voice, 很仁慈的一个妇人的声音呢，小姐，voiced 声音呢 would listen to his needs and solve his problems. Okay, so they would listen to his needs and solve 解决他的问题. And I'm sure that a little boy always said something like it's a miracle, 神奇. The box can solve my problems. Okay, going on. While passing through, okay, while passing through Seattle, Washington. Remember, where's Seattle, Washington? In the northwest, 西北方, okay, the Seattle, big city. While a decade later, so what is a decade? A decade is 10 years, okay? 10 years, okay? So now he's in college, okay? He's already in college. 已经在读大学. And so maybe it's a break. And so he's going to he's passing through Seattle, Washington. And he called or tried to call the operator in his old hometown. Okay, the operator, of course, is 介先生. Okay, that's the operator. In his old hometown, 老故乡. Okay, going on. The little boy, now a college student. So the little boys, this is the way it is. Little boys grow up, okay? And now he's a college student, and he relates more of the story. In this case, relates just means he continues to tell the story. 讲这个故事, to relate a story, to tell a story. It's the same idea. Going on. I asked for, or he said, you can ask for, you ask, information, please. Okay. And miraculous. Okay, miraculously. What does that mean? 神奇性的. Okay. Miraculously, I heard the small, clear voice I knew so well. 我所认识的 clear, 很清楚的 small, not a loud voice. It's just a small, clear voice. I knew so well. 但是曾经所认识的这个声音呢 Go ahead. Information. Okay. So the lady answers information. 我就是会听给你信息的这位 Okay. I hadn't planned this. 他就这样说，我没有这样计划过。He had no plan. So I hadn't planned this, but I heard myself saying, 我就听我自己这样说。So he actually was this speaking. Could you please tell me how to spell fix? Could you please tell me how to spell fix? Remember, when he was a little boy in grade school, 小学的时候，他曾经就问我这个问题 many years before. So he asked that same question many years before. Going on. There was a long pause. Okay, what does it mean, a long pause? 一个长时间的沉默. That means a period of time where nobody is talking. Okay, 长时间的沉默. A long pause, then came the 温柔的 soft-spoken answer. 很柔和的回答. 柔和的回答. I guess your finger must be healed by now. I guess your finger 可能已经好. 大拇指 actually was a thumb. Actually, thumb. Okay, finger, thumb. Oh, so this, of course, is, do you remember this story? That many years before, 10 years before, the little boy had taken what? A hammer, and he was playing with that, and he went, boom! Oh, and he hurt his thumb. And there was nobody at home. So he called up the information and said, I hurt my thumb. Okay. And of course, the lady said, well, is it bleeding? 有没有流血? Remember the story, okay? This is a story from a couple lessons ago. Okay. So now, this is 10 years later, more than 10 years later. And she said, I guess, 好像, 我猜, your finger 已经好了. Okay, going on. I laughed. Why did he laugh? Why did he laugh? So it's really you. 真的是你呀. 他还记得, Okay. So it's really you, I said. I wonder, now this is very interesting, because you'll see this again in just a minute. I wonder if you had any idea how much you meant to me during that time. Okay, so 你有没有了解? I wonder if you had any idea, okay? If you have any idea, 你有没有明白？有没有了解啊？你在那时候对有多么好的意思，多么好的帮助多么好的鼓励。How much you meant to me, mean. Actually, this is past tense, but mean. How much you meant to me. 对我有多么 How do you say to mean? Is it very meaningful to me? You hear people say that. Oh, this is so meaningful. 很有意思很动人的okay? So he said, you were very, 意思就是说 you were very meaningful to me. 真的是鼓励我的帮助我的 going on. But she responds, okay? So now the old, she's obviously a little older lady, little older, and said, I wonder, 不晓得了, if you know how much your calls meant to me. 你给我打电话对我有什么意思呢 OK 对我有什么鼓励多么好的一个鼓励多么好的一个鼓励 I never had children 我从来没有生孩子从来没有生孩子 and I used to look forward 我曾经期待收到你的电话Okay, I looked forward to 我期待等着你的电话 Going on I told her how often I thought of her over the years 后来这个男孩已经在大学生做大学生 I told her how often I thought of her over the years 过这些年我是常常想到她那时候我就想到她 over the years 过了一段时间很多年 I asked her if I could call her. Now, of course, remember, he doesn't live close by. 他不住在那个地方 And so he actually said, the next time I come, can I call you again? When I come see my sister, I will call you again. Okay, next one. And the lady said, oh, please do. Just ask for Sally. Okay, just ask for Sally means 当你打电话的时候就找 Sally. 她的名字是 Sally. Okay, now, going on. 3 months later, I was back in Seattle. 又是回到西雅图，美国西北方的西雅图。But a different voice answered, information. So the minute she heard it, he heard it. He said, the voice is different. Somebody different. Okay, going on. I asked for Sally. 我就找 Sally. Okay. Are you a friend? Okay. 你是不是一个朋友 she said. Yes, a very old friend, 是老朋友，我就回答。Going on. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. 很抱歉的要告诉你这件事情。他是这样说的。Sally had been working part-time these last few years. 这几年她是半工，她工作就是一半的时间。Because she was sick. 因为她生病，所以呢，她不能全工，她就半工工作。Okay, going on. She died 5 weeks ago. 5个星期以前，她就去世了，她就死了，过了。Before I could hang up, she said, 我还没有把这个话筒挂断的时候，他那个人又说 Wait a minute, did you say your name was Paul? 你是不是说你的名字是 Paul? 你的名字是 Paul 吗？可以继续。Yes. Okay. Sally told me to tell you not to worry. Everything would be okay. Sally 就告诉我，转告你 not to worry. 不要担心 Everything would be okay. 一切都会好。Okay, now I want to ask Mrs. Ash to come out here. Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
See, where's our audience? Our audience is over there. Okay. You got to look at them. You got to see your smiling face. Looking at me is no good. I mean, you look at me most of the time, so that's okay. Okay, now, why do you think the lady, Sally,
Yes.
why do you think she was so interested in talking to the little boy, Paul?
Well, she mentioned later on,
Okay.
when he was a college student, that she didn't have any children, and she must have really wanted some. So this
Okay.
was a welcome.
Okay. Speak up. Okay. We heard you, but you speak so quietly.
It's
I think-
because she didn't have any children, and she was glad to speak to a child.
Is the reason you're so quiet is you feel like crying a little,
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yes.
It's kind of a sad ending.
Yes.
But I think that the wonderful thing about the story is that a little boy needed encouragement. And it was very meaningful. We learned that word today, meaningful. 对他是很有意思，很有帮助，很有鼓励性的。Okay? So, the little boy needed something. Of course, mothers and fathers encourage little boys, but sometimes they just want to hear a kind voice.
That's true.
That's so,
That's true.
and so Sally always wanted to have children. And then she never had children, but in a way, it sort of replaced not having children to have the little boy.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, Sally was happy, and sometimes, and so was Paul, of course, he was happy to call her. And it doesn't say, but I imagine there were times when he often called her on the phone because she always answered and was always willing to give an answer.
He had a need, and she could fulfill that need.
Yeah.
But it was a win-win situation.
Yeah, so oh man alive, you people that speak this English that I hardly ever understand. Win-win. That means both people get benefit.
Yes.
有得到长处，有得到益处。Win, win, 双赢啊. I think it's the way they say it, 双赢 is the way they say it in Chinese. Okay, and they had a need. Both of them had a need.
Yes.
Okay, so I often wonder when we walk around in our life, we're a little bit older now. I wonder whether sometimes we meet people that have the same kind of needs. I know you're very sensitive about this. And some people I don't talk to. The people that I don't talk to, she always talks to, always, which is good, because I would neglect Kulie, but you never neglect those people. In fact, when we're together in a group, you always find somebody who's quiet and kind of sitting in the corner, always. So if you can't find Mrs. Ash, if you can't find her, look in the corner, and she's there talking to somebody. Okay, hey, we're running out of time, and we would love to share with you how we can give you our information. And you can write an email to us. Write an email to the old principal, 老校长 @gmail.com. Again, that is 老校长, the old principal @gmail.com. You can go to our website. 我们的网站是 www.theoldprincipal.org. Again, www.theoldprincipal.org. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.